Right. I think last class we're discussing on SLAs. So let's continue. So we discussed about SLA types, and there are two more types. Okay. So based on the target type, SLAs are two kinds again. Two types. One is response SLA, and other is resolution SLA. Okay. So response SLA, resolution SLA. So let's take some scenario. So you're working in the support project, and you're working in the shift, and during your shift there is one issue in the application, and customers raised a P2 or P1 priority ticket, priority 1 or priority 2 ticket. So the timeline will be very less for this priority 1 or 2. Timeline will be very less. So maybe within 4 hours or within 8 hours you're supposed to resolve this issue. So whenever you receive any issue from any customer, first thing is you have to respond onto the issue. You have to respond onto the issue by acknowledging, yes, so we are from so and so team, and we received your request or the ticket, and we will be working on it. Thank you. So it's nothing but a response to the customer. Getting it? So providing response to the customer also has some timeline. Getting it? Providing response to the customer is also having some timeline. There will be some timeline for the response as well. If you do not give the response within the timeline, again that's an SLA breach. Again that's an SLA breach. So that if you're not giving response within the timeline, then you're set to breach response SLA. So SLA, the duration which is given in order to respond on the ticket is nothing but response SLA, and it will have some duration, maybe like 15 minutes, maybe like within half an hour, right? So within half an hour, 15 minutes, you should respond on the ticket. So if you're not responding, then it's going to breach the SLA. So response SLA is breached. So resolution SLA. So the SLA, okay, the total SLA, complete SLA for resolving the issue. That means if it is 4 hours, so 4 hours is the resolution SLA. If it is 8 hours, 8 hours is the resolution SLA. That means the SLA which runs throughout, right from the time ticket is created till the time it is resolved. So the time or the SLA which runs, that's called resolution SLA. Response SLA is a SLA which runs till the response is provided on the ticket. Getting it? SLA which runs on the ticket till the response is provided. Okay. Resolution SLA, the SLA which runs on the ticket till the ticket is resolved. Okay. So these are the two SLAs. Is this clear? So now SLA has some conditions. So mostly when it comes to administration, the theory part will be very more on the SLS rather than the coding or the configuration part. So all these three contents are important for the certification. So next is SLA conditions. So SLAs how do the SLAs trigger, or how do the SLAs attach to the tickets? Doing it. So I said, whenever you raise a priority 1 or priority 2 ticket, SLA will start running onto the ticket, the response SLA or resolution SLA. How do they get attached? So they get attached based upon the SLA conditions. So there are conditions like start condition, pause condition, stop condition. So these are the conditions with which, okay, the SLAs get attached or get completed or get paused. Start means the conditions to start the SLA. Conditions to start the SLA. The conditions to pause the SLA. Conditions to stop the SLA. I'll just be back. Just give me a minute. Right. So start, pause, and stop. These are the conditions. Most popular question in the certification and also in the interviews. Okay. So conditions to start the SLA timer is nothing but start condition. Pause means the conditions to pause the SLA timer. You can say timer here. Stop conditions are the conditions to stop the SLA timer. Okay. So generally SLAs will be applied onto the incident tickets. In practical implementation, SLAs will mostly be applied onto the incident tickets when you get into the projects. So you will see that incidents will have some SLA durations. So mostly this will be used in the support projects, not in the development. Support projects, because people will be working on incident tickets. So they'll be receiving various tickets. Support team will be receiving various tickets with different priorities. Okay. Some tickets with priority 1, some tickets with priority 2, some with priority 3, some with 4, some with 5. Okay. So based upon the priority, the timeline will be given for the tickets to complete. If the priority 1 or 2 tickets are assigned to the support team, then timeline will be very less. They have to be resolved or completed in less duration of time because they're very critical. Okay. Might be they are affecting the business. So whichever the component which is affecting the business, that should be fixed very fast. Okay. Such kind of issues will be given high priority. And low priority, for example, some error or some issue faced by a single user on the applications, or any regular issues. So for all those things, priority 3, 4, 5 tickets could be raised, and they'll have more duration comparatively. Getting it? So now, so SLAs will mostly be applied onto the incident tickets. So now, log into the service now. And where do we see this SLAs? So go to SLA definitions. Okay. So this is the SLA definitions, and these are all the list of SLA definitions. And you can see here, every SLA is applied on a table. Getting it? So mostly the SLAs are attached on the incident table, and you can create it on other tables as well. No problem. Like catalog task, right? So the task which will be assigned, catalog task, the task will be assigned to some teams. They'll also have some target. So the task should be completed in so and so timeline. So SLAs could also be attached on the catalog item as well. So mostly our focus should be on the incidents because they have the most practical usage. So now group by incident table, and you can see couple of SLA definitions here. Sort with active true. Okay, do active true sorting. So these are the SLAs on the incident table, and they could be changed, customized as per the business, as per the organization's business requirement. Now you can see here priority one resolution, priority one response. As I said, SLAs will be of two types, response and resolution, right? So for every priority based definition, you have two types here. Priority one response SLA, and you can see here 1 hour duration. That means priority one can take 1 hour total duration. Within 1 hour, the issue should be resolved. Response, that means the timing for providing the response is 15 minutes here. Priority two, the resolution is 8 hours. That means 8 hours it can take. Priority two is little less critical compared to P1. So it can take 8 hours total duration to resolve it. And response, it can take 1 hour. That is priority three can take 1 day. Okay, 24 hours. Response, it can be 4 hours. Priority two, resolution, it can take 2 days of time to resolve. And within how many hours you should be able to provide the response? 8 hours. 5, 40 hours. And response, so this is just a response. I don't think there is a resolution here. There should be some resolution as well. So this way, for each priority, you're seeing response and resolution SLAs. Clear? Now, so before we understand the definitions of these SLAs, we'll see how SLAs are practically applied. So go to the incidents. So any questions so far? Anybody? Anybody has any questions? So try creating some incident ticket. Okay. And fill the mandatory fields. And then select channel, save. Okay. Save it. So I saved the incident ticket. Now incident ticket is created. And you can see, I didn't select the priority. So it is priority 5. So what we'll do, we'll create one more. Or we can change this. So whenever you're creating incident, make sure you're selecting priority as well. Because based on priority only, SLAs get attached. So select impact. So priority is a read-only field. You cannot edit it. So you can edit the value of the priority by combination of impact and urgency values. So you can set impact and urgency values by accordingly the priority will set here. So do the impact mapped to high. So impact set it to high. Urgency set it to high. See here, priority is getting changed to critical. Impact medium and urgency, say medium. See, priority is changing. That means priority can be changed with the combination of impact and urgency values. Getting it? So select impact and urgency with high and high. Priority, set as critical. Getting it? Now, observe carefully. I'm saving it. So whenever I am creating a ticket with critical priority, scroll all the way down. So you can see task SLA here. You can see the SLA is attached here. You can see the task SLA, the SLA is attached here. Some problem, right? So I can see the resolution SLA, but response SLA is not attached because response SLA conditions did not meet. Response SLA start conditions did not meet. So let me create one more ticket. So click on new to create new incident. So again, create one more ticket. So select impact as high, urgency as high, and priority is critical. Assign it to some team, any team, right? So now, so make sure like you're selecting the assignment group and then save it. So I'm creating an incident ticket. So whenever I create an incident ticket with priority 1, that is critical, and I can see on the task SLA, the SLA gets attached here. See what SLA is here? Priority 1 response, priority 1 resolution. These are the two SLAs attached. Why only these two are attached? Because we selected critical as priority. Priority as critical. So that's the reason only priority 1 response and resolution SLAs are getting attached here. Now you can see here. So this is the response, and you can see the type here is SLA type. That means these are SLA types. There are 3 types, right? SLA, OLA, underpinning contracts. So these are SLA types. And first one is response type SLA. Second one is resolution type SLA. And the status of these SLAs are in progress. That means the SLA timer started running. So 15 minutes is a total duration for response. 1 hour is the total duration for resolution. But ideally it is not 15. It should be something else. It should be less than that. So it is 3 minutes only. Name says 15 minutes, but here duration you see here, days, hours, minutes, seconds. So it is 3 minutes. So response, this response SLA will timer is for 3 minutes. So you see here, both are running. Both the timers are running and clock is running. And if you refresh it, see here. So business time left, that means total time left on this SLA. Already 1 minute completed. Okay. Out of 3 minutes, 1 minute already completed. And 1 minute is running actually. 1 minute completed. 1 minute is next minute is running. And left out is 1 more minute. That means 3 minutes is the total duration. And you can see here How much percentage timer is completed? 58% timer already completed. Out of total 2 minutes, 50% timer already completed. When was this SLA attached? On this date and time. 3 minutes ago, this SLA got attached. And what about the second SLA? So second SLA, resolution SLA, it is 6 minutes, not 1 hour, 6 minutes. So I've changed it. Okay. So it is 6 minutes. So you see here, it is again in progress. It is running. And how much time is left out? 4 minutes is left. So within 4 minutes, we should be able to fix this incident. How much timer completed? 29% timer already completed. When was this SLA attached? So you can see start time. So this is start time, the time at which the SLA got attached. So stop time. So SLAs are running, right? So they are not yet stopped. So whenever you stop the SLA, the stop time will be recorded here. Stop time will be recorded here. Now you can see. So 15 minutes priority one response. We could not provide the response on time, right? We could not provide the response on time. You can see here 100% already completed. That means 3 minutes already completed. And you can see color change to red color. That means it's a breach. It's a breach. Breach means the timeline, the task is not completed on time and it's a breach, SLA breach. So you can see here, how do you identify an SLA is breached or not? So you can see a field here has breached. So if it is true, then this SLA is considered as breached. So if it is false, then SLA is not yet breached. Okay. So true, whenever the timer is completed, the field will automatically set to true. Okay. And the business elapsed percentage color will change to red color. Is that clear? Is
So
that clear?
Dilip,
Hmm?
how the backend will work? The priority,
Which one?
priority from incident ticket. We are selecting high and critical, right? For that,
On the impact and urgency.
we have to write a code for that.
I mean, map based on the selection of these two, you're setting priority, right? For that, you're
Yes.
asking, is there any configuration? Yes,
Yes.
we do have configuration. We'll talk about that when we discuss the ITSM overview. We'll talk about
Okay.
incidents,
Okay.
right? So on this SLA, is this clear, guys? Up till now? So we could not provide the response on this ticket. So the SLA is breached. Now, so again, how do we uh, make sure like the SLA timer is paused or completed? That's again based on the conditions that is defined in the SLA. Now, provide the response. Provide the response. At least for now, both the SLAs are breached. Both the SLAs are breached. So, whenever there is an SLA breach, then there will be a question from the management why these SLAs are breached. Why we could not complete them on time. Okay, because whenever there is an SLA breach, there will be a highlight. Okay, as per the agreements, there will be some actions or compensations based on the number of SLAs that are breached within the so and so period. So managers and the team will always make sure that SLAs are not breached on the incidents because that will cause unnecessary issues within the in the organization. Now, what I can do here? So SLAs are breached, and I see that stop time is not recorded because they're still running, they're not completed. See here, 250% completed, 127% timer completed, but still they're in progress. Now, in order to complete the SLAs, so you have to make sure you're changing the field values as per the conditions defined in the SLAs. So started the SLA. So start conditions are met. So that's the reason the SLAs are attached here. Now, if you want to pause or stop the SLAs here, so conditions, stop conditions should be met. Stop conditions should be met. So we'll talk about these conditions in some time. So now I am providing the response onto this ticket. I'm providing the response onto the ticket. So I'm assigning this ticket to somebody from this team. I'm assigning this ticket to somebody and then I'm saving it. So now this person is responsible for working on this incident ticket. And as soon as I assign this ticket to somebody, state immediately got changed to in progress. So this is the out of the box configuration. And whenever state changes to in progress, we can see that response SLA is completed. That means whenever state change to in progress in this indicates that somebody is working on the ticket. So that itself is nothing but a response kind of thing. So whenever state is moved in progress, the SLA will get completed. Response SLA will get completed. So now you can see the stop time gets recorded because SLA is completed. Now similarly resolution. If the resolution SLA to be stopped, then this ticket has to be closed. So close the ticket. Okay. Fill the mandatory fields. Save. So you can see response resolution SLA is also completed and it recorded the stop time. Getting it? So this is how you can understand the SLAs. Now we'll understand the conditions and the definition of the SLAs. So go to the SLA definitions, can apply sorting on table with incident, and you can see priority based SLAs here, both response and resolution. And you can see, and then you can open the records. So this is resolution SLA, this is response. So definitions will be same, but timers will be different and conditions will be different here, right? So we'll talk about response SLA, priority one response SLA. This is a title of the SLA. Okay, can give any title here. And type, what type of SLA it is? So there are three types, out of which it is a type SLA type. SLA type SLA. Target type. So there are two targets, one is response and resolution. So it's a response type SLA. So right, so target, response and resolution. So this is of type response. On which table this SLA is going to attach? On incident table. So if you want to change to any other table, you can change it here based on the requirement. Now workflow. So this workflow is attached here. So what this workflow will do is it will trigger the notifications. So SLA timer is running, but there is no work progress on the ticket. So for every certain percentages, there will be some notifications triggered to the owner of the ticket. So owner in the sense like this ticket is assigned to this user. So he's the owner now. So for every certain percentages, notifications will be triggered, warning and breach kind of notifications. So warning notification in the sense like the ticket is still in progress and timer completed about 50%. Please try to complete it on time, right? So such kind of notification. So the notifications will trigger at 50% timer completion, 75% timer completion, and then 100% timer completion. You can check that here. So on this, click on this. So for response, it will be different, and for resolution, it is different. So for response, we see default SLA workflow, but for resolution, it is SLA notification and escalation. So you see here, this is escalation workflow. So here, so this is a timer which waits for 50% of timer completion. Whenever there is a 50%. So on the resolution, what is the total time duration? 6 minutes, right? Out of 6 minutes, 50% means 3 minutes. So whenever 3 minutes timer is completed, then a notification will be sent to the owner of the ticket. That means who is assigned with the ticket, to that user notification is sent. Getting it? So this activity triggers the notification to that user, Dilip Kumar. Next, whenever there is next 25%, that is 75% timer completed. Okay, then again a notification will be sent to the Dilip Kumar, owner of the ticket. It's a warning notification, okay, saying that 75% timer completed. Please try to resolve the ticket on time. And if the SLA is breached, for example, at 100% completion, the SLA will breach, right? So whenever the SLA is breached, a notification will be sent to the owner and also the manager of the owner. Means Dilip Kumar will receive the notification, and also the manager of Dilip Kumar will receive the notification saying that SLA is breached. Getting it? So this is something like an escalation workflow, right? So now, so workflow will decide what to be done. Okay, different workflows. So these are all the out of the box workflows. So some organizations, they customize the workflow as per their wish. So notifications they want to customize at the workflow level. So they will do that customization. Now, duration type. So user specified duration. So this is the duration. What is the duration here? Days, hours, minutes, and seconds. So it is 0 days and 6 minutes. Means this SLA will run for 6 minutes duration. And schedule source. So schedule source, no schedule in the sense SLA will run for 24/7. That means, what is a schedule? Basically, support projects, they run 24/7. So the support will be provided 24/7. In any time zone, support will be provided. Not only during the day, but also during the night as well. Depends upon the client's time zone. So if the client's time zone is US, then from India, we'll be providing support from the night as well, in the night shift as well. In the regular timings, for example, if this client has multiple locations, okay, in Australian time zone or Indian time zone or even in US time zone. So in all the time zones, the company will be providing the support, okay, on the incidents and any other support. Now, so at any point of time, incident ticket can be created from any corner. Maybe from Australian time zone users maybe creating incidents, maybe US time zone users creating incidents, or maybe Indian users creating incidents. So support should be provided in all the time zones across 24/7, depending upon the business. Now, so when incident is created in the US time zone, right? So as soon as ticket is created, based upon the priority, immediately the SLS gets attached. So whenever the SLA is attached, it has to be addressed. Whenever the SLA is attached to the ticket has to be looked in by somebody. Otherwise, if it is not, if nobody is available to look into the ticket, then SLS will breach onto the ticket. So always make sure the engineers are available in order to check the incidents and then provide the support. So if the project runs for 24/7, there will be support shift engineers. Okay, will be providing support. So whoever is present in the shift, they'll be taking care of the incident assigned to them during the shift timings. So in what durations the SLA should get attached? In what durations the SLA should get attached? Right. So if the SLA, the project support is 24/7, then SLA can be attached to the ticket. Okay, during any time, provided at any time the incident is created, that time the SLS will immediately get attached. But there will be some schedules. Okay, so some customers will say, or some projects will say, SLS should be attached to the incident tickets only during so and so timings. So and so timings. Say for example, weekdays only the SLS should get attached. Weekends there should not be any SLS attached to the tickets. Getting it? So there could be some uh, locations working in the weekends as well. And in case if those users from those locations, if they raise the incident ticket, SLS should not be attached because support team is not available to support on the incidents. So in that case, SLS should not be attached onto the incident ticket. So how can you add such schedules here? So you can go for SLA definition here. You can select the schedule here. So when should this SLA be attached to the ticket? So you can you can attach the schedules here. There are various schedules here. So 8/5 weekdays. 8/5 weekdays means 8 hours a day and 5 days. 8 hours a day and 5 days. That means within 8 hours, specified 8 hours only, the SLAs will be attached. And that too, it will run only for weekdays, not in weekends. That means this SLAs will not attach during the weekends, only during the weekdays. That too, in the specified 8 hours duration, maybe from morning 9 a.m. to evening 5 o'clock. Getting it? And there will be some holidays in the weekdays as well, right? So any customer raising tickets during the holidays, and even for those tickets also, SLA should not be attached because support engineers may not be available. Okay, if this is not a 24/7 project, support project, then and that support will be provided only during the weekdays, that too excluding the holidays. So you can select the schedule 8/5 weekdays excluding holidays. So this SLA will attach only on the weekdays excluding holidays. And based on that, again, there are different schedules here. Okay, so these are all the out of the box schedules. So if you open the schedule, you will see start and end time. Say for example, 8/5 weekdays. So you can open this record and you can see the start and end time here. So this is a schedule 8/5 weekdays. If you see here schedule entries, open this. So when is this schedule supposed to run? So it should run. It should start from 2008 and it should end on 2008. Okay, and repeat interval. That means within this year, date and time only this SLA will be used. Okay, this SLA's duration, I mean the schedule duration is only this data, but this is not correct actually. This has to be changed and repeat. So this schedule will run for every week, okay, from Monday to Friday. Okay, Monday to Friday, anytime between Monday to Friday. And there should be some timer as well, right? It is morning 8 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock. Morning 8 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock. So here is the duration set. So Monday to Friday only it will run, and from morning 8 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. So whenever ticket is created within this duration on this Monday to Friday, then only the SLS will get attached. So if you are using this schedule in the SLA, then this will attach, okay, SLA only during the weekdays. Getting it? So likewise, there will be some custom schedules as well. So these are all the out of the box, right? There will be custom schedules. So same way, like customers will provide you start and end date, and also in which time the SLA should get attached. The timing also will be given to you. So you'll have to configure the schedule entry, something similar to this. Okay. So that's about the schedule and conditions here. So there are three conditions: start condition, pause condition, and stop condition. Start conditions are the conditions which will decide when should the SLA be started. When should the SLA be started? Pause conditions. These conditions will decide when should the SLA timer be paused. Stop condition. These conditions will say when should the SLA be stopped. When should the SLA be stopped? That means timer should be stopped. Getting it? So here start conditions. You can see here resolution SLA start conditions. So when did we see that SLA got attached here? As soon as we created the ticket, immediately these two SLAs are attached. How come they are attached? Because start conditions are met. So let's look at the start conditions of priority one resolution, right? So start conditions here. Active is true, priority is critical. That means on this incident, the conditions are this. Active is true. So this is an active ticket. And what is this? Priority is critical. So we already selected priority is critical. So whenever these two conditions met, the resolution SLA got attached. Next. What about response? Response SLA. So start conditions. So same thing, same discussion, no change. Just the timer is different and conditions are different here. What about the start conditions on response? So active is true. That means incident is active and priority is critical. Assignment group is not empty. So we selected the assignment group during ticket creation, right? During ticket creation. So that time conditions are met. So that's the reason resolution SLA got attached. Why other SLAs are not attached? Priority 2, priority 3, priority 4. Why those SLAs are not attached? Because conditions are not met. Those SLAs conditions, start conditions are not met. That's why those SLAs are not attached. So now, so these are the start conditions. Pause conditions. When will the SLA be paused? So based on these conditions. When state is on hold, and on hold reason is awaiting caller. Okay. When state is on hold and await on hold reason is awaiting caller, or when state is resolved as well, the timer will pause. So you can check that here. So create some ticket here. So select the priority based on impact urgency and assign it to somebody. So I'm assigning to this team. Save, right? So ticket is saved, and you can see response and resolutions SLAs are attached. Timer started running and it is in progress. And because start conditions are met, these SLAs are attached. Next, what about pause conditions here? So for resolution, pause condition is state can be on hold, and on hold reason is awaiting caller. So move the state to on hold. Okay. On hold reason is, so first assign it to somebody. Okay. Assign it to somebody. Okay. Assign it to somebody. Save. So assign it to this user, and this user changed the status to in progress. And you can see the response SLA is completed. How come response SLA is completed? Go to stop conditions of the response. See here, state is not new. State is not new. State is not new, and assigned to is not empty. So here on this ticket, just a moment. Right. So now see here, conditions, stop conditions. So state is not new and assigned to is not empty. So you see here, state is not new here and assigned to is also not empty. So the two conditions are met. So priority one response SLA stop conditions are met. So that's the reason this response SLA is completed here. Getting it? Now, when can you pause this resolution timer? So change it to on hold, and on hold reason to awaiting caller. Where is our SLA? So incident state is on hold, and on hold reason is awaiting caller. On hold and awaiting caller. So when these conditions meet, the timer will pause. Resolution timer will pause. See here, resolution timer is paused. So timer will not run until it is resumed. Timer is paused. Okay. Now, if you again change it back to in progress. So how can you resume this SLA? So whenever, when to resume? What is the condition here? When pause conditions are not met. When pause conditions are not met, then automatically the SLA will resume. So whenever these conditions are not met, SLA will resume. So when I'm changing it to in progress, that means conditions are not met. Pause conditions are not met. So the SLA will resume again. See here, it is in progress now. So I'll resolve the ticket. I can close it directly. So when will the resolution SLA stop? So when state is closed. So I'm changing the state to closed. Okay. Save. So you can see resolution SLA is also completed, and stop timings are recorded here. So when was the SLA stopped, the timings are also recorded here. So likewise, the SLAs will attach onto the ticket. Any questions?
Dilip, the response is whatever we are assigning, right? Ticket.
Hmm.
We are the responsible to that.
Sorry, come again.
Whatever the response we are giving, right?
Hmm.
That is only assigning the ticket.
Right. So whenever ticket is assigned to somebody and state is changed to in progress, the notifications will be sent basically. Okay. So this, whenever you're assigning it to somebody, so notification will be sent saying that ticket has been assigned to so and so user. So such notifications will be triggered. So just a moment. It's not about notification. Okay. It's nothing but a response. That means the SLA completion condition actually. So the SLA is getting completed because stop conditions are met. So that is nothing but response has been completed. That's the indication. So for example, you're raising a ticket to your service provider, getting it. You're signing it, you're creating a ticket because of some issue with your service provider. So either through uh, the chatbot or through a call or through an email, you raised an issue. So a ticket has been created, but it is not assigned to anybody. It is not assigned to anybody. Until it is not assigned to anybody, your issue will not be fixed. Only when it is assigned to somebody from the team, then the person will start looking onto the issue to resolve it. Getting it? That itself can be considered as a response kind of thing. That means somebody is handling your ticket. Is that clear?
Yeah. Okay. We are assigning, right, as a service now, or developer or admin.
So yes, correct. Support team will the service desk team will assign the ticket to the proper team based upon the issue described here in the short description or detailed description.
Okay.
The routing will be done by the service desk team. Any other questions, anybody? Right. So we'll continue the next class. Thank you. There's one more
Dilip,
small discussion. Yes.
out of the box, out of the subject, the incident ticket, right? We know that backend conditions and how they create, how the whatever the fields to